Ever feel like life is a storm you can't control? That the winds are howling and you're left helplessly clinging to your own sanity? What if I told you that there's a way to stand firm in the face of life's chaos? A way to gain control over your thoughts, emotions, and destiny, without ever having to fight against the storm? Pause. Welcome to Stoic Mastery. I'm here to show you how to navigate life's most brutal challenges with the wisdom of the ancients. To teach you not just how to survive, but how to thrive, no matter what life throws at you. If you're ready to master your mind, overcome obstacles, and gain a deep understanding of what true power really is, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's begin this journey together. And hey, don't forget to leave a comment with your most empowering phrase. It's time to own your power. Section 1. Embrace the present moment. Life is often a storm of uncontrollable events, the unexpected, the overwhelming, the chaotic. But what if I told you that the key to peace, to true power, is not in fighting against the storm, but in embracing the present moment, exactly as it is? In our fast-paced world, it's all too easy to become consumed by the past and future. We dwell on past mistakes, failures, and regrets, or we obsess over what might happen tomorrow. Will we succeed? Will we fail? What will others think? These distractions prevent us from fully experiencing the only moment that truly exists: the present. The Stoics, especially figures like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, understood this truth deeply. They taught that our minds are the only thing we truly control in a world full of unpredictability. You cannot control external events. The storm will always come. But you can control how you respond to it, how you perceive it, and how you use it to grow stronger. That is where your true power lies. This principle is rooted in one of the most powerful Stoic concepts, amor fati, or the idea of loving your fate. It's about accepting everything that comes your way, whether it's good or bad, as part of the natural order. Instead of fighting against life, you embrace it. What happens is what is meant to happen, and your job is to respond with wisdom, patience, and composure. When you resist the present moment, you are essentially rejecting reality. You fight against what you cannot control, and in doing so, you create your own suffering. Think about it. How many times have you gotten frustrated with a situation you couldn't change, whether it was traffic, a difficult person, or something else? The anger, the frustration, they never change the outcome. In fact, they only make things worse. This is where the Stoics challenge us. Stop resisting, and instead, accept the moment for what it is. This doesn't mean you give up or resign yourself to a life of passivity. Acceptance is not the same as inaction. It means you stop expending energy on things outside your control and focus that energy on what you can change: your thoughts, your actions, and your perspective. You shift your mindset from "this shouldn't be happening" to "this is happening, and I can choose how to respond." As Epictetus wisely put it, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. And that's where the true power lies, in how you react. So, the next time you find yourself in a difficult situation, instead of fighting against it, ask yourself, what can I control here? How can I choose to respond in a way that aligns with my values, with my higher self? By shifting your focus to what's within your control, you'll stop wasting energy on frustration and begin using that energy to transform the situation. Let's take a moment to reflect on this. How much time do you spend in your mind, either ruminating on the past or worrying about the future? What would happen if you truly embraced the present moment and accepted everything as part of your journey? Drop a comment below. How will you choose to respond to your struggles today? Remember, the more you accept the present moment, the more peace you'll find. The storm will come, but you, my friend, can remain calm in the center of it. Section 2. The illusion of control. Let me ask you a question. How often do you find yourself trying to control things outside of your reach? The people around you, your circumstances, your future, things that are inherently beyond your influence. We all do it, consciously or unconsciously. It's part of human nature. We want to steer the ship, direct the course, and ensure that everything goes the way we think it should. But here's the truth. Chasing control over external things only weakens you. Let that sink in for a moment. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that the world would be better if only everyone did what you wanted, or if your life were free from chaos and unpredictability. We strive for control over our work, relationships, and environment, believing that once we have it, we will be happy, successful, and at peace. But the Stoics knew something most of us overlook. True power lies in relinquishing the need to control others or external circumstances. Consider this. The more you try to control something beyond your influence, whether it's the behavior of others or the outcomes of certain events, the more energy you waste. Instead of focusing on what you can actually change, you're investing your mental and emotional resources into battles you can't win. This is a classic example of the illusion of control. Take a look at the manipulation tactics employed by those who try to dominate or control others. These individuals are often driven by deep insecurities, fears, and desires. They feel powerless within themselves, so they project their need for control onto others, trying to bend the world to their will. It's a strategy rooted in fear, not strength. The truth is, the more you try to control people and situations, the less powerful you become. Why? Because you're attaching your sense of worth and success to things that are out of your control. In the process, you give away your personal power. So, what can we do to break free from this illusion? The Stoics taught us that true strength comes from focusing on what we can control, which is quite simply our own thoughts, actions, and responses. Nothing outside of you can truly take away your power unless you let it. Your emotions, your perceptions, and your choices are yours to command. And when you focus on mastering these internal aspects, you start to experience real control. This concept is also deeply tied to the Stoic practice of detachment. Rather than obsessing over outcomes or trying to manipulate situations, you focus on doing your part and then releasing the need to control the result. You stop investing emotionally in things that are out of your hands. You do your best, and then you let go. A powerful Stoic exercise to practice here is the concept of viewing the world as it is, not as you wish it were. When you stop fighting reality, you free yourself from the emotional drain that comes from trying to control things that are inherently uncontrollable. Think about it. How many times have you gotten frustrated with someone's behavior, wishing they'd change? Or tried to control a situation that felt out of your grasp? The more you try to force things to go your way, the more you set yourself up for disappointment and frustration. Instead, shift your mindset. Focus on yourself. Change your behavior, your reactions, and your approach. Become indifferent to the things you cannot control and invest your energy into strengthening the one thing you truly can: your response. So, here's a question for you. What's one thing in your life that you've been trying to control but can't? And how can you shift your focus toward mastering the one thing that's truly yours to control: your own thoughts, actions, and reactions? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, real power doesn't come from controlling the world, it comes from mastering yourself. If you're ready to break free from the illusion of control and embrace true strength. Section 3. Cultivate emotional resilience. We all experience emotions: anger, fear, frustration, joy. But what if I told you that the key to unlocking your true power is not in avoiding or suppressing these emotions, but in mastering them? What if you could face every challenge, every setback, and every difficult person without letting your emotions take over? This is the essence of emotional resilience. and it's a central concept in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics understood something that many of us overlook. Emotions are not the enemy. It's how we respond to them that matters. Think of the times you've been angry, stressed, or anxious. What usually happens next? If you're like most people, you react impulsively. You lash out in anger, shut down in fear, or spiral into worry. But what if you could stop yourself in that moment, pause, and choose how to respond? The Stoics believed that we have the power to control our reactions. Epictetus, a key Stoic philosopher, famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is a game changer. It means that no matter the external circumstance, whether it's an irritating person, a problem at work, or a personal setback, you get to choose how you respond. Emotional resilience isn't about pretending that we don't feel anger, sadness, or fear. These emotions are natural, but it's about being aware of them and choosing a response that serves you. For example, when anger arises, instead of reacting with frustration or aggression, you take a step back. You breathe. You recognize that anger is a signal, not something you have to act on. You can reframe the situation, find a calm response, and move forward. This idea of reframing is one of the most powerful Stoic techniques. Let's take an example. You're stuck in traffic, and it's making you late. Most people would immediately become frustrated, their emotions spiraling out of control. But the Stoic approach is to ask yourself, can I control the traffic? No. Can I control my emotions? Yes. By changing your perspective, you stop giving away your peace. Instead of getting angry, you might use the time to listen to a podcast or practice mindfulness. It's about seeing the situation for what it is, something outside of your control, and deciding to focus on what you can control, your emotional response. Another example is fear. We often let fear paralyze us, stopping us from taking risks or pursuing opportunities. But fear, for the Stoics, is not an enemy. It's simply a sign that you are about to step into something new, something challenging. In fact, the Stoics believe that fear is an opportunity to practice courage. It's not about eliminating fear, it's about using it to fuel action. By reframing fear as an opportunity for growth, you stop letting it control you. So the next time you feel overwhelmed by an emotion, pause. Ask yourself, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? How can I choose to respond differently? Remember, you can't control the world around you, but you can always control how you respond to it. If you're ready to take control of your emotions and respond with resilience, drop a comment below. What emotion has the most power over you, and how can you shift your response next time? Emotional resilience doesn't mean you'll never experience negative emotions. It means you master them. And when you do, you unlock a power that will transform every area of your life. Hit that like button if you're ready to master your emotions and live with greater strength. Section 4, the power of self-discipline. Master yourself to master your life. In the chaotic world we live in, it's easy to get swept away by distractions and impulses. Whether it's checking your phone for the 100th time, mindlessly scrolling through social media, or procrastinating on important tasks, self-discipline can seem like a lost art. But in the philosophy of Stoicism, self-discipline is one of the most powerful traits you can develop. It's the key to unlocking your true potential and building a life that aligns with your deepest values. Self-discipline isn't about depriving yourself of pleasure or forcing yourself into a rigid routine. It's about having the ability to say no to the things that distract you, to resist the pull of short-term gratification, and to stay focused on your long-term goals. It's about learning to align your actions with your values, regardless of how tempting or difficult it may seem in the moment. The Stoics understood that the only thing within your control is your own actions. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, often reminded himself that the key to living a virtuous life is not letting external circumstances dictate your behavior, but instead maintaining control over your thoughts, actions, and responses. Self-discipline is a tool that allows you to exert control over your own mind, and when you control your mind, you control your life. Let's face it, the world is full of distractions. From the constant buzz of notifications to the pressure of expectations from others, it's easy to get off track. Without self-discipline, it's nearly impossible to focus on what truly matters. Think about it. How often do you start your day with the best intentions, only to end up caught in distractions and unimportant tasks? The ability to stay focused on what you know is important is the essence of self-discipline. It's not about willpower alone. It's about building habits that support your goals and creating a routine that makes distractions easier to avoid. In other words, self-discipline is not something you just summon in moments of weakness. It's something you build by making deliberate, positive choices day by day. The Stoics practiced self-discipline by maintaining a daily routine and reflecting on their behavior regularly. This routine helped them develop the mental clarity and strength to face life's challenges without being swayed by their emotions or impulses. Start small. Self-discipline isn't about making huge, drastic changes overnight. It's about making consistent, incremental improvements. Perhaps it's waking up an hour earlier to work on a personal project or cutting down on time spent scrolling through your phone. The key to self-discipline is to focus on the present moment. Don't worry about past mistakes or future challenges. Concentrate on making the best decision right now. Remember, self-discipline is freedom. It allows you to focus your energy on what's truly important to you, whether that's personal growth, relationships, career, or health. Without it, you are at the mercy of your impulses and desires, always reacting instead of acting with intention. So, how can you practice more self-discipline today? Identify one area of your life where you've been giving in to distractions and commit to making a change. Whether it's your health, your finances, or your productivity, the power to make a difference starts with you and the decisions you make today. If you're ready to take control and build stronger self-discipline, drop a comment below. What small step can you take today to strengthen your self-discipline and focus on what matters most? Remember, the more you master your own actions, the more you master your life. Hit that like button if you're ready to take action and live a life of purpose and discipline. Section 5. Embrace the present moment. Why now is all you have? One of the most profound insights from Stoicism is the understanding that the present moment is all we truly have. The past is gone, the future is uncertain, but the present, this very moment, is the only time where we have any power to act. Yet, how often do we let ourselves get distracted by regrets over the past or anxiety about the future, all while the present slips through our fingers? In today's world, we are constantly pulled in multiple directions. We're often either living in the past, replaying mistakes and missed opportunities, or consumed with worry and anticipation about what the future holds. This constant preoccupation keeps us from living fully in the now, where we can take deliberate action and cultivate peace of mind. The Stoics were well aware of this, and they placed great importance on focusing on the present moment as the key to a peaceful and productive life. Seneca wrote extensively on the value of time, calling it the most precious of resources. He believed that time wasted on unnecessary distractions or worrying about things we cannot control is a life lost. His advice was simple. Focus on the present, for it is the only time you have to make a difference. The future is uncertain, and the past can't be changed. What truly matters is what you do right now. This Stoic mindset can transform how you approach everyday life. When you learn to embrace the present, you free yourself from the shackles of the past and future. Rather than obsessing over mistakes you made in the past, or stressing about what might happen tomorrow. You focus on what you can do today. In doing so, you empower yourself to make the most of every moment. Here's the challenge. We often think we need to make big, dramatic changes in order to create real transformation in our lives. But the truth is, it's the small, consistent actions you take today that build the life you want tomorrow. Focus on mastering the present, and the future will take care of itself. This doesn't mean ignoring the past or the future altogether. Reflection on the past is important for learning from mistakes and growth, and planning for the future is necessary for setting goals and making progress. But the key is to not let them dominate your thoughts. When you're thinking about the past or future more than the present, you lose the power to act. The Stoics remind us that we must live with purpose in the present, because that's where our power lies. One practical way to embrace the present moment is to develop a mindfulness practice. This doesn't necessarily mean meditation, although that can help, but it's about being fully present in whatever you're doing. Whether you're working, having a conversation, or simply taking a walk, practice focusing entirely on the task at hand. When your mind starts to wander to the past or future, gently bring it back to the present moment. This act of bringing your awareness back to now is the heart of Stoic mindfulness. The beauty of focusing on the present is that it reminds you that life is happening right now. Every small action you take today, whether it's investing in your health, nurturing relationships, or developing your skills, compounds over time. You don't need to wait for the right moment or some grand event in the future. You have everything you need to begin now. If you're ready to start embracing the present and making the most of each moment, drop a comment below. What's one small thing you can do right now to focus on the present and start living with intention? Remember, the present moment is all you truly have. If you want to change your life, start by changing how you live right now. Hit that like button if you're ready to fully embrace the present and take control of your future, starting today. Section 6. Embrace adversity as fuel for growth. Turning challenges into opportunities. Adversity is a natural part of life, and it's something that we all experience. Whether it's failure, loss, rejection, or hardship, it can feel overwhelming. However, the Stoics understood that adversity is not something to avoid, but something to embrace. Adversity is not the enemy, it's the forge that shapes you. Seneca, one of the most well-known Stoic philosophers, once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." This is the Stoic perspective. Difficulties, challenges, and discomfort are essential to growth. Just as muscles grow stronger by being broken down through exercise, our character strengthens through adversity. Instead of fearing the pain, we should lean into it and learn from it. The Stoics practiced a principle called amor fati, which translates to love of fate. This means accepting everything that happens, both the good and the bad, as a natural part of life. Every setback, every struggle is an opportunity to grow and develop your character. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, obstacles are not roadblocks. They are opportunities to act, to grow, and to become better. Think about a time in your life when you faced a challenge. Perhaps it was a failure or a setback. How did you respond? The way you choose to react to adversity can define the direction of your life. You have the power to turn hardship into growth. The Stoics understood that obstacles are simply tests, opportunities to practice virtue like resilience, patience, and courage. One of the greatest gifts adversity offers is the chance to develop mental toughness. When life gets difficult, it's easy to fall into the trap of feeling helpless or overwhelmed. But when you embrace challenges, you start to develop a mindset of resilience. You begin to see obstacles as opportunities to improve, adapt, and grow stronger. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this? How can this challenge make me stronger?" When you reframe adversity as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block, you unlock your potential for growth and transformation. So how can you start embracing adversity today? When faced with challenges, don't run from them. Face them head on and use them as an opportunity to build your strength, character, and resilience. If you're ready to turn adversity into your greatest ally, drop a comment below. What challenge are you currently facing, and how can you use it to grow stronger? Remember, adversity is not something to fear, but something to use as fuel for your growth. Final thoughts on Stoic mastery. As we wrap up this journey through Stoic wisdom, remember that the principles we've explored are not just philosophies to read about, they are tools to live by. The Stoics believed that how you face life's challenges is what ultimately defines you. It's not about avoiding hardship, it's about how you respond to it. It's about understanding that every challenge is an opportunity to practice resilience, to cultivate discipline, and to grow stronger with each passing day. So, as you move forward, keep these Stoic lessons close to your heart. Embrace the present moment, control your reactions, build your emotional resilience, and never shy away from adversity. Live intentionally and trust that the small, consistent steps you take today will compound into the life you desire. If you're ready to keep mastering your life with the power of Stoic philosophy, like this video, drop a comment below about your journey with Stoicism and tell us what you'll focus on next. Share your thoughts with the community. Let's continue this conversation. And don't forget to subscribe to Stoic Mastery and turn on your notifications so you never miss an update on how to keep mastering your mind and life. The journey to greatness is ongoing, and I'm honored to walk with you through it. Until next time, remember, you have the power to control your mind, shape your destiny, and live a life of purpose and virtue. Stay stoic, stay strong.